Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're jumping into something that sounds so simple, but can actually be a huge conversational hurdle.
Oh, yeah.
Answering the question, what did you do this weekend?
It's like the universal conversation starter, isn't it? But so many people just um, freeze up or give a one-word answer.
Right. It was good. End of story.
Exactly. So we've gone through some really detailed conversation guides, the kind designed to help language learners. And our goal today is to pull out the best bits, not just phrases, but, a whole structure.
A toolkit.
A toolkit, perfect. Something you can use right away to sound more confident, more engaging.
So we're basically taking that roadmap and turning it into your fastest route to just having a better conversation. A shortcut to answering, how was your weekend, without breaking a sweat.
Let's get right into it.
Okay, so the first thing that really jumped out at me from the material is that the story of a weekend, it really starts with the energy, the pace.
Yes. It's like people's weekends start at two totally different speeds.
It's that classic Saturday morning choice. Do I rest or do I get going?
And the guides capture this perfectly. They talk about the peaceful morning routine.
Yeah.
Think of someone like Daniel in the examples he sleeps in. Has a slow coffee, maybe sits on the balcony.
Just soaking it in.
Exactly. For him, it's recovery because the week was probably just intense.
Then you have the flip side, the active morning, which the guide links to a character named Sarah. She's up early, maybe going for a walk, listening to some music. For her, the weekend isn't about recovery. It's about building momentum.
It's a great conversational opener right there. Are you a Daniel or a Sarah? But under that, there's a really key insight for you, the learner. The source material drills down on the power of just 8 simple verbs.
Yes, and the insight isn't really which verbs, but the idea that if you just stick to these 8, you reduce that mental load. You stop searching for the perfect word and you just talk.
And what are they? They're the building blocks. Things like woke up, went, visited, met, watched, cooked, cleaned, and of course, relaxed.
Yeah.
If you can use those 8 words, you can describe, 90% of your weekend.
I mean, think about the confidence that gives you. Instead of stumbling, you can just build a simple sentence. I stayed at home, or I went to the market. That's the secret to sounding natural. Simple is better.
So once we get past that morning pace, Saturday. Well, Saturday seems to be the get-it-done day.
Oh, for sure. The guides even had a name for it that I loved, Home Responsibilities Day.
It's not glamorous, is it?
Yeah.
But it's so true. It's like you have to clear the decks on Saturday so you can actually enjoy Sunday.
And the tasks they list are so universal. Cleaning, laundry, grocery shopping.
Paying the bills.
All the stuff we put off. But the trick, and the guides point this out, is to not just list your chores. That's a boring conversation.
Right. You have to weave in the moments of relaxation that happen around the tasks.
The soft spots, you call them.
Yeah, like taking a quick nap or having tea with your family in the afternoon or just, spending 10 minutes in the garden.
Let's go back to Sarah's routine. It's a great example because the detail is what makes it interesting. She does her chores, cleans her room, waters the plants, but then the story pivots.
She goes to visit her parents.
And the highlight isn't just the visit, it's that they cook lunch together.
And this is where the specific detail is just gold. It wasn't we cooked lunch, it was we cooked rice, chicken curry, and vegetables.
Yes.
And she mentions learning new cooking styles from her mother.
See, that's the conversational texture you're aiming for. You're sharing an interaction, not just a schedule. Someone asks what you cooked, and you don't just say lunch. You say, oh, I learned this amazing new way to make chicken curry from my mom. It's a totally different conversation.
It turns a chore into a tradition. And that's the kind of detail that really sticks with a person.
Okay, so once the chores are done, Saturday afternoon and evening, that's usually for socializing.
And for that, you need a different set of phrases. The guides gave a great list of sort of high-utility, casual phrases.
The biggest bang for your buck, you mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Things like, I hung out with friends, or we went to a cafe.
We had dinner together.
Or the classic, we went for a long drive. You just plug those into your simple verb structure, and you sound totally natural.
And for the more active people, there's a quick list, too. Hiking, cycling, playing football.
All those things fit right into a Saturday story. But the real game changer from the guide, the real aha moment, was this little 2-step trick for answering the big question.
How was your weekend?
That one.
Oh.
Because most people either say too much or nothing at all. This method is brilliant. It's like a conversational safety net.
It gives you control. So step 1, you start with a general feeling, a single word.
Right. It was good. It was relaxing. Or maybe it was so busy.
And then step 2, You add just one specific activity to back it up.
So it was relaxing, I visited my family, or it was busy, I went shopping.
It's perfect. You give a headline and one supporting detail. You sound confident, you sound natural, and you're not just rambling on.
And that actually connects really well to another thing they mentioned, weekend travel, not, getting on a plane.
No, no, short trips. An hour or two outside the city.
And the why is what's important. The motivation they highlighted was about seeking fresh air, open roads, finding a bit of nature to, calm the mind.
So it's about intentional replenishment, using an activity to directly boost your mental well-being.
Then as we move into Sunday, the whole energy shifts again. It slows right down. Sunday's all about family, food, and hobbies.
And the centerpiece, almost always, is that special Sunday lunch.
This is where you can add so much cultural flavor to your story. The examples they gave weren't just quick meals. They were traditional dishes that take time and effort.
Yeah, things like biryani, pulao, chapli kebab.
Barbecue.
Right. When you talk about food like that, you're not just talking about eating. You're talking about a ritual, a family tradition.
It just adds so much weight to what you're saying. And I thought the guide was really smart about how it handled different living situations. If you live close to family, the phrases are action-based.
I help my mother cook.
I had lunch with my family. But if you live far away, the toolkit still works.
Yeah, it gives you phrases for that virtual connection. I called my parents, or I talked to my siblings on a video call.
So it works for everyone.
And after that big meal, there's that universal ritual, isn't there? Sitting in the living room
Drinking tea.
and just talking about the week. It's that slow, final decompression before Monday hits.
And then finally, hobbies. The guide contrasts the different energy levels here too. You've got reading, watching movies, painting, gaming.
And the more creative ones like knitting or playing music. And it's interesting to see how people schedule them. We saw Daniel using his Saturday night for a high-energy gym workout.
A release.
A total release. But Sarah, she saves her hobby reading for Sunday night.
Because she needs mental quiet. It really shows that scheduling your downtime is just as important as scheduling your activities. You need to be able to talk about why you chose to do it.
And that leads us to the final part of the weekend. As Sunday winds down, the focus really shifts to preparation.
Yep. It's that slow Sunday feeling,
Yeah.
but it's anchored by these small actions to get ready for Monday.
This part of the guide is just pure practical advice for you. It's a list of essential phrases for talking about that prep work.
Things like I rest, or I prepare for the new week, even I make my to-do list, and I plan my meals.
Or organizing your clothes for the week. It sounds mundane, but including it in your story makes the whole narrative feel complete. It's the closing chapter of the weekend.
And to give you something to use right away, the guide left 5 great practice questions. You can literally ask yourself these right now.
Okay, so ask yourself. 1, what did you do last weekend?
2, who did you meet?
3, did you watch anything?
4, did you relax or did you work?
And 5, what is your favorite weekend activity?
If you try to answer those using that 2-step method and those simple verbs, you're already miles ahead of just saying, it was fine. You have a real story to tell.
So my final piece of advice for you is just to try it. Use that 2-step method this week when someone asks. Talk about your last weekend with these phrases. That one small intentional step can make a huge difference.
And that brings us to a final thought for you to take away. The source material really highlights this tension between the weekend as a time for rest and the weekend as a time for preparation.
That home responsibilities day versus actual fun.
Exactly. So here's the question. If the main goal of the weekend is to get ready for the next week, doing chores, making lists, how do you intentionally carve out that time for true mental replenishment, for those short trips or the creative hobbies? How do you make sure you're actually recharging and not just servicing the productivity machine?
Something to think about this weekend. We'll catch you next time for the deep dive.